Hey, what's up, my favorite people? What's up, Michigan? What's up, chat? What's going on? Sober Friday today. Hey, Friday the 13th too. It's gonna be a good day. Hopefully your day's going all right. Let's see. Yeah, let's call out chat real quick before it gets too huge. Hopefully it'll get huge. We don't know. Hey, Travis, Jane, Sandy, Sage, Carrie, Don. Hey, Mike. Friday the 13th. It's gonna be good. EOT. Michigander she is, or he is. Might be a she, I don't know. It's hard to tell. Sue, Diamond, Maggie, Kay. That's hot here, buddy. It's like, it's only maybe 80, but I don't know. The sun's just, if I go outside and stand, I start sweating. Kind of weird. It's only 80, but. Hey, B-Dog, Monty, Book Girl, Artist, Spring Roll, Blue Skies, Charles Bennett, Travis again, Sue, Kay, EOT, Maria retired, Melinda, Book Girl again. Yep, God grant us all the serenity. Yep. Garrett. All right, that should be it. I think I'm caught up. All right, so God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, and the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Yeah, this is a little recipe from our neck of the woods. Wife made it a few days ago. Seems to work pretty good. Kind of flushes me out a little bit. I already put it in chat, so I'm not going to say what it is. Basically, it's just water, and then just a little bit of boiled down grapefruit rinds and lemon rinds, basically. It's all right. It's pretty good. Hey, Ken, everyone should check out Tori Says on Twitch. Verti says it. Jeff Riddle, a.k.a. Burt Reynolds. Burt, was Burt a Michigan guy? I know he always wore the, or no, that was Tom Selleck over in Hawaii. He always wore the Detroit Tigers cap. Yeah. Yeah, big book. That's good. That's good. Good stuff there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you guys go back on Facebook or YouTube, I'll put some pictures on YouTube. I'm a big channel. Um, if you guys want a good laugh, you can go check them out. I was bored, and we had a good time, man. Then, like I said, my buddy started doing it, and I don't know if he was naked. I was never naked in none of those pictures. I always had underwear on, um, but I had to do it myself because I think the wife took the first one, and then after that, she's like, "No, I'm not playing along with your game." So I always had to rig the camera up, and then hit the timer, and then hurry up, get in position. It was always a pain, but it was a good time. And then I wouldn't tell her. I'd just post them on Facebook, and I'd be sitting there, and she'd look over at me and go, like, "Hey, you could have took the picture, made it easier on me. You already would have known," but she didn't want to. But anyway, my buddy sat on his son's Harley. The story, I gotta ask him. The story would be better if he was naked, because he said he didn't sit on his own bike. He sat on his son's bike. I'll have to find that picture for you. Maybe I'll find it tonight. It's pretty funny. But anyway, Sober Friday. I'll talk a little bit, and then I'll put the codes in. So today, let's just try to keep it for people that have been sober, or that's with anything, right? Or they want to try to get sober. Because I think a lot of this has kind of gotten out of hand this last year and a half with everything that's going on. It's not a real easy time. And when I was drinking, I didn't really want to deal with reality. So I told you a little bit about my story about my stepdad a while ago, and they told him, "Look, you drink one more drink, that could be it for you." And I think that went on for a while. And I don't really want to say too much about it because I know my mom listens, and I really don't want to say too much about it. But I'll just give you kind of generics. And he kept drinking. I think he quit for maybe a minute or two, or it wasn't very long. I don't think he quit, and he kind of hit it, switched over to vodka. And he was always not really a beer drinker. He was more of a whiskey or bourbon or whatever. I was mostly a beer guy myself. I get real too angry on the whiskey. So he'd kind of hide it, And from what I learned over the years, usually when people switch to vodka, they don't think they can smell it, or other people can smell it, which you still kind of can. But anyway, he got sick, and then he went to the doctor about 6 years later after the first doctor told him, "Look, one more drink could kill you," right? I think they got a song out there, "One's too many and a thousand's never enough." It's absolutely true. So they moved down to Florida, and he got sick, and they went in, and they're like, "Yeah, well, this is it. There's nothing we can do for you." So he was alive for a while, in hospice and all that. And of course, my mom was up there every day. And we went down there. My sister calls me up. At this point, I'm 6 months sober. My sister calls me up. "Hey, so-and-so's in the hospital. You got to get down here." I'm like, "Oh, no. I don't want to go down there. It's the last thing I want to do. Well, I'm sober 6 months. You want me to deal with real life situations now? I don't want to do it." And when I was going through treatment, not really treatment, kind of like classes, whatever, they said, "Look, you got to live on life's terms." I'm like, "Well, I don't even really know what that means." And I didn't know what that means until probably even after the fact that I went down to Florida to deal with that stuff. So living on life terms, in my view of it, would be whatever happens to you, whatever happens to me, I can't drink, period. So-and-so dies, I can't drink. Lose your job, can't drink. Whatever, because life's going to throw you a bunch of curveballs that you're not going to like. And just no matter what, you just can't do it. And that's right off the beginning. Once I made it up in my mind, it was a lot easier. And then just, if you don't drink for a day, then whatever you did for that day, just do the same thing. So I fly down there. I'm nervous, avoiding the hospital, all that. And I was at my sister's place. I just walked down to the ocean, checked it out. There's a bunch of boats down there. There's a marina, checking out all the big boats. Man, it's cool. Then I don't know if my sister got off work and took me up there. I can't remember the whole story. But anyway, I go up there, and you kind of know why you're there, you know. So that was real sad. And then just sucks, All he had to do was stop. That's all he had to do. So for me, I got lucky, and I know a lot of other people are out there the same way. They got lucky, and something happened to where they woke up. Now, a misconception is, look, you don't have to hit rock bottom to stop drinking. Usually it happens like that, where you hit rock bottom, finally it wakes you up. Most alcoholics, I'm hard-headed and I like doing things my own way. I don't like telling people tell me what to do. So I'm gonna figure it out myself, right? All you got, your parents told you, hey, don't touch that hot stove, it's gonna burn you. And you're like, well, I don't think they really meant that. And then you touch it and you get burnt. And you're like, well, they were right. Well, same type of thing. So I got my third DUI, whatever, left the scene, whatever. But I'll tell you all that story later on. I went to Florida. I think I did a good job. I helped out. I kind of stay out of the way. I didn't kind of force my way into the situation. If my mom asked me for something, I'd give her advice. I made sure he was saved, which I already think he was saved anyway. So I already knew he was going to heaven. But, I just, when a chaplain or whoever walked by, I'd be like, hey, make sure this guy's saved. I think he is, but just pray over, make sure, why we got time. What's it going to hurt? So I think his daughter thanked me for that. And we just kind of, I was only down there for maybe a weekend or something. And then he ended up living a few months longer, I think. But so that's living life on life's terms. Because like I said, when I drank, mostly you drink, or I used to drink or smoke pot or whatever to not deal with reality. Come home, well, I lost my job and I already had a 12-pack on the way home. So the ex-wife, she was real happy about that. Oh, so you lost your job and now you're half in the bag, and probably use the last $20 we had, not good. Another thing, people say drink responsible. Well, I can never do that, because as soon as I would get drunk, then I would not think. I usually drive somewhere, I get drunk, now I drive home. Well, either get pulled over or you're getting a wreck or whatever. So that's what's going on with that. So I'll put the codes in here. You guys can call in, give your testimony, or you can ask me questions. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm just a drunk. I'm just an alcoholic. But I do know that when you talk about this stuff, I do know it helps. I do know that, because when I was drinking, guess what? I didn't talk a lot. I just wanted to get drunk. Just leave me alone. Let me get drunk. Hopefully I don't do anything stupid. But once again, I wasn't in control of that. It was like the alcohol took over, and just did its own thing. So it's not fun. You're not alone. That's the big thing. You're not alone. I've already gone through it. Many other people been through it. And the big thing is, for me, and I think for a lot of people, that's why they have AA and NA and all that. Go there and talk. Get it off your chest. It's not the elephant in the room no more. Another huge thing was a lot of people that enable you or are your family are embarrassed of you, and they want to hide the fact that you're drunk. I wasn't too embarrassed myself, but I know my sister, my mom, and her stepdad, my stepdad, her husband, because my dad died when I was 16. He got hit by a drunk driver. And he was a drunk alcoholic when I was a baby. He quit drinking, but he still smoked pot, but he quit drinking. But I remember him going to jail and getting in fights and all that. I was young. And, so it's hereditary. My uncles are alcoholics, whether they want to admit it or not. Someone might listen to this, some might not. But just about all my uncles are alcoholics. I'm sure I know for a fact my grandpa was an alcoholic. So I don't know about the women's side. I don't think they are. But all the guys, I'm trying to think of my cousins. I don't think they are too much. But all my uncles, my son, I think he can be an alcoholic, but I think he's been sober for about a week now, which good for him. Look at this. Look. Oh, Diamond, what's going on?
I was inspired by Becca, deep in the heart of Texas.
Yeah.
Nothing much. I know I'm not going to stay. Just wanted to ask you, are you on tonight with Craig on Liberty Warrior?
Yeah, we're gonna take that ship right to the bottom of the ocean.
Excellent. I'll go down with you. How's that? I'll be hanging on.
Sounds good. It's gonna be a good time. We're just gonna have fun and do what Craig and I do.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll make sure to tune in, and I'm so glad for your sobriety. I really am, because you are just a very nice man, and glad that you got it together. So thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it, and I was one of the lucky ones. So I know a lot of people didn't get it together.
Yeah.
They're not here no more.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yep.
All right, well, have a good show. I'm sure it will be, and I'll be in chat listening, but I just wanted to say hi and see if you were on tonight. So
yeah, I appreciate it, Diamond. I love you.
Thank you. Love you too.
Yeah. Diamond showing her face. Oh my goodness. Yeah, book it seems to just run on the male side. The women really don't have a problem on I think my grandma maybe had 2, 3, maybe screwdrivers in her life, and she's over 80. Don't really take any. I don't know if she takes much pain medication or not, but so yeah, talking about it is good because you got to address the problem. That's what you got to do. So, pop back out. But you're not alone. So there's ways out of it. Even if you get in trouble, there's ways out of it. You just got to face the music and get through what you got to get through. I had a guy I worked with, I think got a second DUI, and I think he was afraid to go to jail or something, end up taking his life. And he didn't have to do that. He could have, you might get, 3 months, something like that, but you're not gonna. It's not gonna really work like that. It's not worth doing what he did. What's going on, Robert?
Hey, I don't know how long you want me to stay on. I don't know. I know you got a different show today, right? So
yeah, about sobriety.
Yeah, my stepdad died in 2000. He was a truck driver, cement driver, and a truck driver. And he had a heart attack, and he smoked and drank and everything and stuff. And I missed it. I didn't get a chance to say goodbye to him. I was working then. I got there too late and everything and stuff. So I'm sorry about your dad.
That's all right. I think when you're born, you got a time limit, and when it's up, it's up.
But
have as much fun as you can. Go ahead, buddy.
Sorry. He was my stepdad, but he's the one that raised me in Arizona all my childhood. And my real dad's been in Marine City his whole entire, Pontiac and Marine City, and he's a drug addict, and you know, he hates my mom. And stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah.
How you doing, Lee?
Hey, I'm great. I just wanted to say hello to everybody and to share the beach and tell you that you are loved, Jeff. You're not alone ever. And I mean, I was raised around it. I could have had an issue by myself, but I caught myself. So I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it is, from what I understand, my biological father was one also, and my biological mother was. And I never knew any of them, but my biological brother that I lost last year told me that he didn't even drink. Because he said I think my father must have been abusive, and so he had a hard life. But you know what? God is in control. You got this, and I'm a phone call away, an email away, whatever. By the way, I did blow up your email. I don't know if you
All
got
right.
your emails.
Yeah, I seen the pictures. A little weird.
Did you see that one? There was not any other really clouds in the sky. And it was just that thing. It just hovered for hours in the same spot. So I thought that was interesting.
A little weird.
Anyway, I know. Anyway, I just want to tell you guys, I love all you guys, and
Yep. Love you guys.
hey, that I missed y'all's stuff yesterday. It's been crazy. Diamond, love you, girl, wherever she went.
Yeah, she's
She
probably
get
back in chat.
Okay, gotcha.
Love you back, Lee, Robert,
Love
Jeff.
you.
Oh,
How you doing, remote?
I'm good. How are you beautiful people doing today?
Good.
Great.
yeah.
Good.
I'll be leaving in the morning and going to see my cat. I miss my cat more than anything. I wouldn't go back home if I just could take my cat.
Get some sun before you leave.
I have been a little bit. My daughter got all of it. My husband's down there on one of those beach chairs,
Oh, I see him
the
down there.
lounge things down there.
Yeah, I see him.
And I was like, I'm not getting a whole lot of sun here with this thing covering me. So I sat by the pool for a little bit, and I haven't been using any of that sunscreen because
Right.
that stuff, I guess that's not good for us. But they've been spraying the hell out of themselves on it, well, whatever.
I try not to use it either.
But I was like, well, I'm getting a little sun, but not. I would be really, if I really worked at it, I would end up being black in the summer. I'm one of these that burns and then I peel and then I go through the stages and I get brown and then if I really worked, I could be black. So, but anyway, y'all all should be down here with me.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a sailboat. I don't know if y'all can see the sailboat. Can y'all see all that?
Yep.
They're so beautiful. There's also this pirate ship that was here last year, and it goes all. I guess people rent it for the day. I don't know, but it goes and comes, and it's really neat. Got some good dolphin shots too. The dolphins were swimming around my husband yesterday and today. So
Yeah, that's
there's
always
some
fun.
good ones. And, yeah. I don't mean to cog your show. I just wanted to check in and say, hey, I love all you guys, and I've been missing you. So.
Yep. We love you too. Yeah.
And anyway, well, I won't keep you guys. I won't watch y'all. Go back to the chat and let someone else come in.
All right, Lee. Thanks.
Anyway, love you. Bye bye.
Love you too. Yep. How you doing, remote? What's up, my brother?
Well, I've been missing you, Jeff, and I hadn't been on with you for a while, so I thought I better catch up with the Riddler.
Yeah.
Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you as always.
You and Michelle are going to get a parcel in a couple of days, I think. I just got a little inside bird whisper in my ear, so you've got a surprise coming.
Big bag of money, I'm sure.
Well, I wish I could share that kind of thing, but
I'm kidding.
I think you'll like what I sent.
It don't, just the thought. You know,
I love you guys.
is what it's about. Yeah.
Hey Jeff, guess what was that in Marysville today? You should send your wife down here. They had the flea market. This is the Armada Fudge,
Yeah.
and it's Elvis Presley. It's called.
Well, there you go.
And then this is honey sticks. You know, honey sticks and everything. So.
Well, enjoy.
All right. Oh, yeah, turn the camera back.
All right.
You want us to get off?
It's up to you. It's up to you guys. It don't matter. But we're gonna talk about drinking and all that good stuff. So if you want to stay on, then
I guess I'll let you go. What are you gonna be on tomorrow?
I don't know. Probably. Well, I don't know. I got a tree job to do tomorrow. I'll try to be on. I'll try to be on.
But
We'll be on Liberty later on. Craig and I.
yeah, saw Craig on stepping 101 last night. So
Yeah.
all right, have a good night.
All right, brother. Thanks, man.
Bye-bye.
So you need, you were just planning on doing your own thing today, Jeff?
Yeah, I usually do on Fridays, but it's okay.
I'll
If you
just
come
hang
on,
out and listen.
yeah, if you
I'm
come,
having my coffee anyway and some CBD coffee.
there you go.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah. So when I was things I thought about people that were sober, that they're boring, or they don't have any fun, they're mean, they're sick and they had to stop drinking, they're in trouble with the law. All those could be true, but that's just the thought I had in my head about sober people. And I guess they could be a little bit of truth to all those. Some people are boring. They were probably boring when they were drinking. But it's just funny how you just think about certain people, and you really don't know. You don't really know what people are going through, and this could apply to anything. So, hey, how you doing? Your name's not on there, so it's just, I'm assuming you're off your phone. But how you doing, Galaxy? Probably trying to figure out. I think you're good, man. I don't see no. You're not muted or nothing. Well, if you figure it out, just start talking. We might be in a bad reception area. Not sure. But another misconception is drunk people, not drunk people, alcoholics or whatever are, well, look, when I speak, I'm only speaking to myself. So if I go out somewhere and someone else is drinking, or some of my buddies are drinking, I don't have a problem with that. Now, when I first started getting sober, I did have a problem with that because I didn't trust myself. Now I've went through some battles, stuff like that. I trust myself now. It's not your problem. It's my problem. So, caller says I can't hear anything. I don't know how to help him on that. What you got? Hey, look at this guy. Can you hear something?
Oh, hey, Travis, check your mic and camera settings at the bottom. They're under, I'm thinking of, I'm not thinking of Zoom. I'm thinking of the others.
You good? Can't hear us. Yeah, he's not familiar with Zoom.
Trying to find a settings button.
It's got to be on his end. I'm not sure. And he's doing it off his phone. No, maybe he's doing it off his computer. All right, let me. Yeah, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, that we don't care if you guys. Well, I don't care if you drink, but like I said in the beginning, I did. I just wouldn't be around you. It's not a. And I don't know if everyone thinks like this. I can't talk for everybody. I can only talk about myself. We don't mind it. I mean, if you got a problem with it, everyone's going to know you got a problem with it. It's going to be obvious. And then I just probably won't be around you anyway. If you got a problem with it, then that's on you. You got to address it. No one else can address it. Or if say one of your kids has a problem with it, they got to figure it out. You can tell them, hey, I think you got a problem, but no matter what, they still got to deal with it. You can't make somebody stop drinking, or vice versa. You can't. I can't stop for someone else. I can't stop drinking because my wife or my mom or my sister or my dad wants me to stop drinking. It's never going to work. Just my opinion. You got to want it, because you're going to have to go through the battles. You're going to have to go through all that. Nobody else is going to go through that. You are. They don't know what's going on in your head. They don't know why. I didn't even know why I drank. I mean, of course, I guess I didn't really care for the taste too much. I just liked the euphoria. And that was a small window, right? Because then you get over the limit, and then it's just crazy after that. Not all the time. Not all the time, but I don't know, half the time, maybe. So hopefully, I don't know how to help him with the volume issue or not.
He's gone out anyways, Jeff, but if you look beside your microphone button there where you can mute or unmute, there's a little arrow and there's some settings in there. And I think he's got to go in there and fiddle with that.
Okay. Well, he's probably listening.
I gave him a note in chat too, but.
All right. Yeah, he'll be back. He's not really familiar with Zoom, so it's when I go to StreamYard, it's a little different. And once I get on here, I usually don't touch anything. If it works, because I touch something, then it gets all out of whack, and then you might not ever come back.
I'm so not technical either. I get it, buddy.
Yeah. So yeah, I have a lot more fun now. I think. Well, I know I'm a better person to be around. Like I said, I was a pretty good person before when I was drinking and all that. It's just when you get to that limit where it pushes you over, now you become a total. You just become a different person. I did anyway. I don't know if everyone's like that. Some people drink all day, go to work, get home, drink all day, go to work. Usually when I get drunk, I wouldn't go to work, so I get fired. So that's not good. So it's all good. Let me put the codes back in, but let's try to keep it for people that are sober, they want to tell their testimony, or somebody that wants to get help. But like, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a therapist. Just be on here talking, and if you want to ask me questions, that's fine. But like I said before, I think talking is what you got to do. You got to get that stuff off your chest, and it really helped me, because darkness, evilness likes the darkness. But if you bring that evilness out in the light, it really can't live. What are you going to tell me? Just like Lindell. All right, I'm an alcoholic. So you're going to go online or whatever. All that. Jeff Riddle, I watched his YouTube video the other day. He's an alcoholic. Yeah, I know. I already told you that. I ain't hiding nothing. That's who I am. I'm proud. I'm proud of the things I went through, because now my message is going to help other people. And that's just how it works. I can only keep what I have by giving it away. I can only stay sober by helping other people. We use a lot of real simple things in AA. And I kind of did the program kind of like on my own. I didn't really have a sponsor. I just knew I couldn't drink, and I didn't drink. And I just did it day after day after day. And shortly I'll have, if I make it, I'll have 10 years coming up. So I didn't think I'd make it a day or two, really, honestly. I didn't, you know, every second I had to think about drinking. And I think I talked about that last Friday. I had to stop thinking like that. So we'll see if he can, hopefully he gets it this time. Travis has come back in. All right. So Mr. Lincoln Stinkin says, I'm sober, California sober. Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. So, hey, Travis, you hear me now? Let's see here.
Trav, down at the bottom of your page, when you move your mouse down there, you'll see the microphone on the left where you can mute or unmute. There's a little arrow beside it. Well, there you go. I think you're coming now. Is that you? Click that little up arrow and there's settings in there, dude.
We hear you typing.
I'm getting closer. I can almost hear you now. I got to figure out how to turn my
Oh,
We
speaker.
got you.
I think you can hear me. Now we just got to get your beautiful face on here and we'll be rocking and rolling.
Well, if I could figure out how to get it away from my head, I could. I have to hold it like my telephone. There's a way to do it on the speaker, but I'm not sure how to change that setting yet.
You'll figure it out, buddy.
I'm working on
We
it.
ain't going nowhere. We got Galaxy A20 coming in. I still love beer, Yavin, Kadu. I still love beer. I just got a problem with it. You know?
Hey, Yvonne, good to see you, buddy.
Galaxy, you there? Travis? Well, you guys will figure it out.
Carry on, Jeff. I'll try and help people out. You give your testimony, buddy.
Yeah, I'm just kind of catching up on chat a little bit. Yeah, I just stuck with alcohol for the most part, because I knew that already had a hold of me. I didn't really. I think I tried cocaine, maybe rolled up into a joint one time, and it made me sick. But thank God, right? Thank God it made me sick because alcohol already had me, and I was out of control with that. I couldn't imagine going on. Catching up on chat a little bit. Yeah, I just.
Jeff?
Yeah.
This is Monty.
How you doing, brother?
I'm all right. Hey, yeah, addiction's real hard, man. Shoot. I don't know if y'all are ready for my testimony or not.
We're always ready, man.
My troubles kind of started when I was real little. I had a cousin that kind of did some bad things to me when I was real little and everything. I kept those suppressed, those feelings suppressed and everything, the bad things. But for 20 years I've fought meth addiction off and on here and there, and weed. Okay, so I've been clean since May 1st, 2019.
Nice. Congratulations.
Amen.
The year and a half to 2 years before that, it was, I just wasn't smoking meth. I was IV using. And it's hard. It's hard to quit. The last day I used, I was around the mother of my children, and the next day, the Kansas Bureau of Investigations came and pulled me out of my house in my boxers, and I had like 6 or 8 red dots on my chest, and I didn't know what the hell was going on. So, I've come to find out she had murdered her mom, and so they was accusing me of that. And so I spent 10 days in jail until she confessed. And I've been clean ever since then.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That was a sobering experience.
Yeah. I mean, the year and a half before all that, I'd been wanting to quit, and it was just like, when they say you hit rock bottom, and I'd been wanting to quit, and it was I was having a hard time come to grips with it, I guess, or finding the right way out of it.
Sure. Yep.
And as soon as I got out of jail, or halfway through jail, I was like, man, I can't wait to get out and get high. And then once I got out, I was like, man, I already got 10 days clean. I was like, I'm just going to see if I can, stand it a whole month. And as soon as I got out, my buddy, he was running a local NA meeting, and I attended it weekly for about 2 years. So I still attend every time I feel that devil tapping on my shoulder going, hey, come here. So addiction sucks. It does. And I just want to put it out there. If anyone is fighting any kind of addiction, I mean, you can come to me, you can come to Jeff, you can come to God's soldiers. Man, we're here. We're here for y'all.
Yeah. Yeah. Great story, man. That's like I said, you don't have to hit rock bottom to stop, but that's usually what happens, man. But
Yeah, that's usually what it takes.
for the most part, unfortunately. How you doing, Travis? You made it, man.
Hey, I finally got everything working good, I think. I finally had to just turn my headset on and get over it.
There you go.
How are you today?
I'm good, buddy.
That's good to hear. Good to hear. Always good to see you guys. I always try to drop by and give you all a hard time every day anyway.
Well, we wouldn't expect anything else, man.
So. Gotta have some fun.
Right.
Yeah. I struggle with alcohol addiction. I've trimmed it down to I don't call it reasonable, but I've trimmed it down a lot. And now I'm to a stage in my life that I got to do something better. I don't know whether you talked to Liberty or not today, but I've got a daughter that's in hell of shape, and she's hung up on meth and whatever else she can get her hands on. And she needs somebody to stand up and help her. And all the other people are pushing her away and not, and I understand when she gets all messed up, she's a pain in the butt to deal with.
Right.
But just because you're mad at them, you don't start the name calling crap, and you definitely don't turn your back on them. Do what you can to help has always been my theory. So I really think I need to get my crap together, and it's time to step up and help my daughter. It's a sad situation because two of her older siblings have gone through the same thing, and one of them's still there, and maybe not to the magnitude that she is, but everybody just pushes her away. I'm 1,400 miles from home. I don't even know what the hell to do.
Yeah. Well, I think you're on the right track, brother. I really do. For one, and I don't know, I'm just going to talk out loud. I don't know the whole situation, but usually it always fit. The mold's the same for the most part. Your parents told you when you were younger, hey, be careful who you hang out with.
Yeah.
Now, I could have been the bad influence for a lot of people, and I probably was. She could be hanging around some people that are bad influences for her, or she could be the bad influence. It could be a little bit of both. It's just, so first thing, yeah, I think you are correct. Before I can help anybody, I got to help myself. So once I'm of sober mind and all that, then I can help myself. And then they see, well, hey, I know how bad he was and he did it. Maybe I can do it.
Right.
Worst case scenario, you'll be there to give them sober judgment or sober advice.
Yeah.
Nothing about it's going to be easy. absolutely nothing about it.
No.
But putting yourself around the right people really, really helps.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see a lot of changes in my mind and in my heart. I'm inspired to try to move forward with my show in a direction that helps people. And, you know, we can all sit here and talk all day long and we can spread word, but I think we gotta get in our communities and start putting our hands on this stuff and really trying to make a difference. And my heart tells me that's what I want to do. And I'm going to be in a unique situation in another 2 weeks. It's just going to be me. You know, I got rid of all my dogs. I want to be able to jump in the pickup and go get my daughter right now, but is that the right thing to do? I don't know. You know, when I get there, she's going to run off. Is she still messed up? I don't know. But I'm going to be the one that's left standing when everybody else left.
Yeah, that's a tough one, Travis. Well, you know what's right in your heart. You know, you got those angels and the devil on each one, and you gotta figure out what's going on. But you can't help her. Well, can you help her from where you're at right now?
That's what I'm struggling with right now. I don't know which direction I'm supposed to go. You know, I've been talking to Liberty. I've been trying to move to Pennsylvania for 2 weeks now. And every day something happens that keeps me from moving where I'm from. I don't know what it is, and I don't fight it anymore. Used to, I'd have tore up everything I had getting there.
Right.
You know, because it's got to get done, and it's going to get done now. I've lost that mentality, and I've slowed down a bunch. Old age does that to us.
Right.
You know, and but I don't know what direction to go. I don't know. You know, all she ever hollers is she wants me to help her get a car. Well, I don't think the car's the right idea at the moment. I think she's going to have to. She needs to, you know, earn the car.
Yeah. Yeah. I think sometimes, Travis, I'm trying to think of one of those, you know, all right, so look, nothing changes. If she keeps doing the same things, she's going to keep doing the same things. Just because you go and pull her out of a situation, I do think that will help to get her out of there. Right. But she still needs help up here, figuring out why she does what she does. But getting her out of that situation, I think, will help. You getting sober, of course, it's going to help. You're going to feel better. You're going to find a lot more people are going to come to you, ask you about things. She could just be in a crappy situation, and she probably thinks there's no way out.
Most of the time, that's what she says.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do, Dad. What am I going to do? And I told her yesterday, I said, I've got just about enough money to get there. I said, we can't get back. And I said, then I don't know what we're going to do. I said, I could probably get you a bus ticket up here. Well, she wants to wait till the 28th when her daughter comes back. And I get that. Before school starts, she wants to see her kid, and then she wants to try to straighten up. She's talked about going over. It's not called a halfway house. There's a home that you can go live in. They'll get you a job and blah, blah, blah in Oklahoma City. But I don't know where she's at with that. She called me yesterday, hysterical crying because she just had a big fight with everybody. Yeah. And I can't be the one that quit. I can't be the one that quit on her.
Yeah. You know, I let me tell you a quick story. I went to jail, and then on my third DUI, which they treated it as the first DUI because it was a big lapse in time, which I was thankful for because third time could have been a minimum year in prison. And I hit somebody, I left the scene, all kinds of stuff that could have got me quite a few felonies. Oh, no. But luckily, God said, no, you really don't need that because I think God will just give you enough to where it wakes you up. And luckily, he did that for me. So I almost forgot where I was going with this. I forgot where I was going with this. We're done.
We can get back to it. That's all right. I do it all the time.
Oh, so I went to jail for 27 days, and then I went to like it wasn't a halfway house. It was like a treatment center, but you had to do your own treatment, and then I could go to work and all that.
Right. Yeah, I think that's kind of what she went through there. And
Yeah, so her
something
going
like that.
to like a halfway house or something, for one, she's probably gonna have to go out and get help on her own, which more likely, I don't know, she might not do it. See, this is rough. This is rough because there's a lot of people that are in the same boat as she is. There's a lot of alcoholics, there's a lot of druggies, and they might go out and get drunk or high or something, and they got to be back at a certain time. So really nothing's changing. But on the other hand, if you go get her, then what's going to change? I understand she's with you and you know that she's with you, but you know, we're pretty smart. They can find
Oh, yeah.
stuff, and unless you're out in the middle of nowhere and you're going to be with her 24/7.
Well, that's not even a problem. I mean, I can, if we get this shop deal put together, I'm hoping we get this deal done here pretty quick, but she'll be there 24/7. She needs to go somewhere, I'll take her.
And there's not a lot of places that help with you know, alcoholics or druggies or whatever. The systems ain't there. They'll just throw you in jail, which I really don't think that's the answer. They just throw you in jail. Good luck. Well, you know, they don't fix the problem.
Right.
I've been in jail several times. They never really fixed the problem. I had to get in a wreck and all that stuff, and that finally that helped. Yeah, that's a tough one, Travis. I don't, because my son, he's kind of in the same boat. Years ago, I flew him out to Washington State to be with me, and then I did this several different times because I work on the road, and then, you know, he'd always find like-minded people wherever we went.
Yeah.
You know, he already had a clean slate. All right, I get him out of this trouble. Bam, he's right into another. I'm like, man, what's, you know? So you can pull them out of a situation, but if they're not right, then they're probably just going to find
And
trouble's
that's
going to
what I
follow.
always said. She's got to be ready or it's not going to work.
Right. Yep.
And she did real good last time, but then they had a big family fight, and that always sends her back into, you know.
Yep. So it goes back to living life on life's terms. No matter what, you can't use. So if you're the best scenario, in my opinion, like I said, I'm just thinking out loud. You get sober if you want. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not doing that. You know what you got to do. You already know that. Like I said, I got to fix myself before I can help anyone else. You already know what you got to do. I talked to you the other night and I already knew what you had to do. You already knew what you had to do.
Yeah.
You already know that.
Yeah.
Now I screwed up I did a lot of dumb stuff that my kids seen, but it's been almost 10 years. And, I know I wouldn't say they forgot about it, but you almost make up for it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I guess most of my problem is boredom out here. But I make myself, I will not drink one thing before 7:30 in the evening. Ain't happening. I don't care how bad a situation it is. So I've got it controlled to that point. So we're moving in the right direction.
Yep.
So, I mean, could I quit cold turkey today? Probably. Did I buy anything today? No. I got Mountain Dew and Gatorade today. Let's start this one day at a time.
That's all you got to do. Like I think I told you on your show the other night, man, I had to stop 1 second at a time.
Yeah.
And then you're going to get in the minutes and then hours and then a day goes by. You know, you go to bed sober and you get pumped up about it. You know, and then the next day might throw you a curveball and then just tell yourself, look, no matter what. And then what I did is I'd find something else to do because I'm scared to death to go back to drinking because I already know what's going to happen. I'm going to lose everything I got. I'm probably going to kill myself or kill someone else. I already know that because I'm going to get drunk and I'm going to get on my bike or I'm going to get in my car and I'm going to go somewhere. I already know that. I'm not fooling myself. And that's what I think. That's what I used to do. I used to fool myself. Well, you can go out and have a few beers. Well, yeah, guess what? One drink is going to turn into me getting drunk. There's no have 3 beers and then go home.
Right.
That's not going to happen, man. You know?
And I can still do that too. I've done that a couple times this week. I just drink a couple beers and relax a little bit, and everything was all right. So, you know, I'm at least trying in the right direction.
Yeah.
It's a tough deal. You know, memories are coming piling on me. You know, 10 years ago, day before yesterday was when my boy cut his leg off, and then I lost him in October of 18, and you know, all that stuff's real easy to crawl down in that bottle and not want to come out.
Yeah.
You know, for a full year after my boy died, that's what I intended to do was not wake up one morning.
Yeah.
I drank a half gallon of vodka every day.
Yeah.
My liver's as hard as granite.
But I think your liver will rejuvenate. I think.
Yeah, it should.
But
Gotta be
no,
nice
you're here.
to it.
You're here for a reason, man. You know.
Yeah. Well, and maybe I found a purpose. You know, I feel like I'm gonna make some differences. You know, you and Liberty have backed me a whole bunch more than I ever expected, and you guys are awesome. You know, Liberty reaches out to me a couple times a week, make sure I'm doing okay. Love the guy to death. And you know, the families in here, just, you know, everybody's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, it's quite a feeling to know that people are there.
Yeah, you're not alone. You know, everyone that's got a problem in here, nobody's alone. You don't have to be alone. Being alone is a scary place, especially in my head. You know, I mean, it's then you add alcohol or drugs or whatever. Now it's a real scary place because I can't control it. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you don't think it is, but it sure as hell is. You know, and I guess I'd before I started getting into some of this, you know, trying to restream and getting into some of these chats and stuff, I guess I'd just given up on anything else. You know, I've had it all. I've lost it all multiple times, but it never meant anything to me. I didn't ever benefit much from it anyway. So what did I care?
Yeah.
And now I've been humbled back to little or nothing, and I'm okay with that. You know, it's 90 degrees here. I'm not even running an air conditioner. I don't need that. That's a luxury I'm willing to do without for now, because it's just, you know, unnecessary waste, in my opinion. But, you know, if we can get this shop, I pray we get this shop. If we get it done, that'll give me plenty of stuff to do, because those people will drive me absolutely nuts. And then, you know, maybe I can get straightened back out on my feet and start trying to figure out what to do and how to help her.
Yeah, it's well, I already think you're helping her, to be honest, just by being on here talking about it, because now the wheels are turning. You're already talking about it. You're already thinking about it, and you're already not thinking about yourself. You're thinking about someone else. So
my life has been not about me for so long. I don't have any wants, to be honest with you. I've accomplished what I wanted to accomplish in my life. I've lost it all, and what else? You know, why keep fighting it? It's just me. I don't need nothing. I don't need anything much. You know, I'm a simple feller.
I think you're doing the right thing. It's, you don't want to sit back and watch somebody go down that lonely road, but on the other hand, you can only do so much to a point.
Right.
You can lead them in the right direction, but they're going to have to drink the water. You know, I mean, you can only do it and that's the hard part about it. You just want to slap the crap out of them. And I was one of those, you know, people told me, "Hey, wake up, wake up." Oh no, I got this. Don't worry about it. I got this. Well, some people, you know, they get in a wreck or they overdose or whatever, you name it.
Yeah.
You might not get a second chance. I got so many chances. I probably can't even count them on my hand on my feet. I got so many chances. But eventually those chances are going to run out. And it scares me to death to go back to drinking. And once I think that happens, then no matter what, I'm not going to drink. But in the early stages, what happened with me was, and it's happened before I even stopped drinking. It's like, all right, I'm going to stop drinking, and it might do it for a little bit, but then you get a nice big paycheck. It's Friday, the weather's nice, a few buddies show up, bam, right back off into it, you know?
Yeah.
So you got to be careful who you hang around with. And it does help to for me, it helps to get on here and talk about it. But the main thing is you're not alone. Nobody's alone. But if they don't know how to get out of that, and if they're too prideful to reach out to anybody, then how are they going to get out of it? Some people might be on this and just happen to stumble across us talking.
Right.
It might have happened. I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did happen.
Somewhere it definitely has. Yeah, I'll guarantee it has.
And that's the God's in control. I can't stop drinking. I had to ask God, and I don't go around talking about God or not like that, but I had to ask him to help. I had to ask him for help. Once I did that, it was like a light bulb. Oh, all right. And then he'll give you that I guess feeling or whatever. But now you got to do your work. You got to go out there and find out why you've been drinking and what causes it. And it could be hereditary. It could be, some people say it's a disease like diabetes. It's hereditary, I believe. You know, there's doctors that say it's a disease. Other people say, no, you're full of it. It's your choice. I say it's a little bit of both. It is your choice, but
Yeah, it's a mental game for sure.
it's your choice that you got diabetes too. Is that a disease or is that your choice? You
Yeah.
ate all those sugary
Very-
foods.
Yeah.
But diabetes is a disease. Well, when you drink a lot, it changes your brain. So and why can some people drink and not have a problem, and other people have a little bit and they got I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
I have an excessive personation. If I'm going to do
Right.
something, I'm going to do it.
Right.
No
Me too.
half-assed. We're going to do it.
Yeah, we're gonna take this ship right down the bottom. We're not gonna jump off, you know, when it's sinking. We're going all the way to the bottom. Yeah,
Knock the whole bottom out of it. That's right.
and that's
Yeah.
just how we roll. That's addicts mentality for the most
Yeah.
part. Hard-headed. I'm gonna do things my way. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with it, because once you get sober, it's the same way. It's
Right.
it's full speed the other way, and you're gonna help a ton of people, but you can only help them by sharing what you went through.
Yeah.
And if you're not sober, then how are you who's gonna listen to you if you're sitting there drinking a 6-pack and go, well, you know, you should probably stop drinking. Well, what do you mean?
Yeah.
You're still
Yeah,
drinking.
that's-
Why can you do it and I can't?
yeah.
Well, I don't have a problem. Well,
No,
you know,
that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
like I had counselors that they were never alcoholics. You're like, well, how are you even here, son? Or
Yeah.
woman or whoever. How are you even here if you're not an alcoholic? You don't have any clue what's going on, and you just don't have any clue. So you just wouldn't really listen to them.
Yep. Yeah, it's hard for somebody that's not been there to give advice to people that are there. It doesn't matter. I've always said that the people that went through the worst are the best teachers.
Yep.
Because they can walk you through exactly what's fixing to happen and almost be accurate every time.
Yeah, I agree. Here's what's going to happen, and then once you get to that point, watch out for this, because this is coming. All right, now you made it through that. All right, now maybe this might happen or that might happen, but and I'll try to tell you everything so you're already ready for it in the beginning. And like I said, I think maybe a week ago or the first one I went on, the more people you talk to, the better off you are. Because some people I talked to that were sober, like, man, if I listen to you 5 more minutes, I'm going to be drinking. You know? So some people, you got to listen to a lot of people, and then
Right.
you're going to know that certain people are like, well, I'm not listening to you. I don't want to go that way. I want to do things this way. or you can learn from both sides of the story. Both,
Right.
you know, I don't want to do that, or I do want to do that. So just when I first started out, I just shut my mouth and I was like a big sponge. I just soaked in as much information as I can. And I haven't talked about this. I've never done an open speech. And I think you got to have a year in to do an open speech. I've never done an open speech. Like 3 weeks ago was really the first time I got talking to people, a lot of people. Other than that, I mean, my family knows, you know, on Facebook, I put that on there. But I didn't really talk about it too much. A few people know my story, but, you know, not, you know, 190 people on YouTube, which I don't know many of you. I know a couple of you, but that don't matter. It's not about me. It's about helping someone else.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We, you know, just like we talked about before, you know, we've lost our constants in our family environments, and, you know, we have to teach our people back to that. Yeah, I think it's important to have a grandma in the house that tells everybody what they're going to do, when they're going to do it, and how they're going to do it. You know?
It's a lot different when we grew. Yeah, you know, I was thinking about that the other day, Travis. You look back when we were kids, you know, all the uncles, all the aunts, all the family went over to grandma's house. And we had, you know, Thanksgiving, we had Christmas, we had Easter, we had grandma's birthday. We'd be over there. Grandpa's birthday. The whole family would be over there. You know, I don't do that no more. I don't know. I really don't know anybody that I know that really does that anymore. And you don't think that's a huge part of the problem?
Yeah, it is.
You know?
Well, it's just like we was talking. My grandmother told us. She didn't call and ask. She called and told you what you were going to do, and you were going to do it. If you didn't, she will come get you.
Yeah.
And
So
yeah, the unity's got to come back somehow.
So maybe that's why we're here right now.
Oh,
We gotta start doing that. We gotta start bringing, because I don't talk to my son. He's got 2 or 3 grandkids. I don't even see him, because I don't really care for what he does and all that. But for some reason, he decided he's got a week sober, and I don't talk to him. And I don't think I've told him that I'm on YouTube or anything like that. I might have. I don't think I have. So I don't know. You know, I said, all right. So I text him. I see him put on, oh, I got 4 days. I got 5 days. I think he's got 8 days now. I said, good. You got a week. Now you do that same thing for another week. Keep doing the same thing. You already know how to do it for a week. So I think it's 10 days a habit, I believe. Takes 10 days to create or break a habit.
No, it's
3 weeks maybe.
It's 28 to break, or to 28 to break it, isn't it? 28
3 days to create it, 28 to break it, something like that.
Something like that. I think you're pretty close.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, and it's not easy, but you got to start somewhere, and,
Right.
and you got to start with a second first, and then 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Eventually, it's just going to add up. But whatever you did for those 3 seconds, then do it again for another 3 seconds. And those 3 seconds eventually are going to turn into years.
Yeah.
And you're really going to see things happening. A lot of people are going to come up to you because they're going to respect you a little bit more. It's not easy. It's not easy to do. And a lot of people never do it in their lives.
Right.
Well, 3 things are going to happen to you. You're going to get incarcerated. You're going to get institutionalized. Or you're going to die. So jail, institutionalized, or death. That's it. If you keep drinking or drugging, that's what's going to happen.
Yep. True fact.
Yeah. So I think talking about it helps quite a bit. It helped me. And people aren't alone. You know, there's a way out of it.
Yeah. Well, I think mine for me was figuring out that I had something bigger to do than just sit around here and drink, because, you know, like I said, I'd settled into a life of nothing, and I'm okay with it. You know, and there's still stuff that has to be done around here.
Yeah.
You know, I've got a niece that's been I think she's 3 years sober now, and she was into the meth world really bad. Been in and out of prison, all kinds of stuff. And I'm trying to get her to come on and tell her stuff. She goes around and does meetings and stuff, and
Yep.
and she's I'm very proud of her.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. It'd be great for you to talk to her. I'm sure you talk to her all the time anyway, but
Not
talk
really.
to her about it.
Yeah, I really don't. She's busy. I'm busy, and it just doesn't seem like we ever catch each other.
She'll make time for you.
Yeah, we'll get it put together one of these days. She's got, I haven't seen her in many years. We communicate on Facebook a little bit, but she's curious about a lot of family stuff that I probably don't know, but I would like to know myself. So we're going to try to figure out a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Just got to know where we came from, I guess.
Yeah, it's going to get better.
Yeah.
It's going to get better, but life's going to throw you curveballs, and you got to deal
I'm
with
used
it.
to that.
Yeah, right. You're used to it drinking, but
No, no. I have the worst luck you've ever seen in your life.
yeah,
Yeah. I had 4 of my own trucks running for a while. I was making a lot of money. Busy. 24 hours a day. They were killing me. And it just all come crashing down one day, and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the way it was supposed to go. So that's the way it went. Ain't no sense crying over spilled milk. Just start over and do it again.
Yeah. And once you do it once or twice, you already done it once or twice. You already know you're going to bounce back. It's no big deal. I mean, it sucks.
Every time you bounce back, it's easier.
Yeah, because you're not doing it from scratch. You're doing it from experience.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've been in trucking 31 years. It's about really all I've ever known. I started out working on trucks as a kid. I changed tires and oil and water trucks in Keys, Oklahoma for 4 or 5 years.
You're down in Oklahoma?
No, I used to be. I used to live out in
Pennsylvania.
Panhandle. Yeah, well, I'm in West Virginia right now. I'm hoping we get to stay here. If we can get
Okay.
this shop deal done, we're going to stay here.
Hey, remote, can you talk to Travis for a minute? I got to use the bathroom, man. I got to pee. I drank too much water and coffee. I got to pee, buddy.
I was just in the same boat, Jeff. Get going before you have an accident.
Woo!
Remote, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Chuck?
I'm good. Always good to see you, sir.
Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah.
Looks like you're having a beautiful day there.
It is a little warm. It was I don't know what it is now. I'm not even going to try to look. I'll throw me out of here again.
Well, it's about 95 degrees here today.
Oh yeah.
Smoking hot.
Yeah. It didn't quite get that hot here, but it was plenty. The humidity's awful. You can cut it with a knife.
We're pretty humid here too, but probably not quite as humid as you are there.
Yeah, I don't know what it is here, but it's going to rain. I can feel it. My arthritis has been acting up my shoulders, so we got a big storm brewing somewhere.
Well, I started taking this DMSO. I'm trying to detox my system and clean my system out. And because I got arthritis in my back, my hips, my shoulders, everywhere too, knees. I mean, I was hard on my body when I was a young man, every sport under the sun. And, but I find that it's really helping. So, you might want to look into that just to check it out.
What's it called?
Well, I don't want to say it on here too much.
Oh, okay.
DMSO, just look that up because we'll probably get in trouble for saying that.
I got you. I got you.
Jeff, did everything come out all right?
I feel much better. Thank you. Yeah.
The sweat beads have subsided.
Yeah.
Woo! Man, I was doing a little dance.
Had to pee like a squished cat.
Get down tonight. Get down tonight.
Oh gosh.
Another thing I did. when I got sober, I didn't do a lot when I was drinking because, you know, I didn't have the money or it would cut into my drinking time. So once I got sober, there's a lot of things I wanted to do. I wanted to travel, and I traveled across the U.S. We build the lines here in Michigan, then they'd ship them to wherever. Well, I got lucky. They sent some stuff out to Boeing, so we had like a year and a half, 2-year job out there. And at the time, I think I was 4 years sober. So I think in 2015 I got divorced, and my ex-wife says, "You know, you're never going to get to Hawaii." She was going to take me to Hawaii. Her boss was going to take her out there. She was going to bring me along, and she's like, "No, I'm not taking you." You know, she didn't even go. But I'm like, "Well, I'll get out there one day." She's like, "No, you're not going to get out there." I'm like, all right. So we got divorced in 15, March 15. I think June, I think I was out in Seattle. And then September 4th, my sober date. So for my sober date, I went to Hawaii. And then from every year, the past 3 years, I went to Hawaii. And I took both my kids to Hawaii. I took my mom to Hawaii. And of course, I took my wife now, girlfriend at the time. And I screwed up, man. I ran my mouth about skydiving.
Oh.
So I was always scared of these things. I'm still scared of them. But, you know, I figured I missed out on so much, you know, 20, almost 30 years of drinking. I missed out on so much. I had to catch up. And I was making good money. And I think Hawaii was like $400 to fly there. It was only a 6-hour flight. And I'm like, all right, cool. We're going to take like, I think the first time we went out, we went to Oahu. So I got to see Pearl Harbor, which was amazing.
Yeah.
And I was in Hawaii where someone told me I'd never be. So we did all kinds of stuff. We went, the first major thing we did is we did like a shark cage. It was a floating shark cage where you just snorkel. So we went out about 2 miles, I think. And this is on Oahu. And this guy's throwing out like a tumbler or whatever. He had it tied around a rope and he was throwing it out there, and the sharks were kind of coming up. Well, one shark grabbed it and ripped it off the rope. And the whole time he's saying, you know, these sharks are not, they're not going to hurt you. You know, they're real calm, all this other stuff. So I said, hey man, why don't you jump in and go get your tumbler there? Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm like, well, what do you mean, man? You're sitting here telling us these sharks are calm and all that. Now you don't want to jump in the water. I said, I got $20, man. And another guy piped up, said, I got 22. He's like, no, I'm not going to jump in there. Because these are 12-foot Galapagos sharks. They're pretty big sharks, you know. And finally he got the tumbler back. And then we look down, there's these big 8, 10, 12 foot sharks swimming right by the boat. And I'm like, oh boy, a little nervous. But we were the second group. We got in there and we put our snorkel on. I got a video on YouTube, or it's on Facebook. And we just put our face in the water. Now your ears are below the water, so everything's quiet.
Right.
These sharks are just swimming around. They don't come real close to you. I tried touching one, but they didn't come that close. So they're about 4 feet away. They're just curious, you know, oh man, it's just so cool and beautiful. And it's just, you're like part of nature. And I'm like, man, this is cool. But that's the first scary thing we kind of did for me being sober. And then I screwed up, told the wife I want to go skydiving.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, she's like, well, I'm gonna buy your ticket to go skydiving. I'm like, no, you don't have to do that. Oh yeah, you know, you brought me out here and all this. I'm like, you don't have to do that. So I'm like, well, you ran your mouth, big boy. Time to put up, you know. So I went skydiving out in Hawaii. You go up to 14,000 feet, and it wasn't. I didn't get the first one filmed, and then after that, I asked her if she wanted to go. I could tell she was kind of thinking about it. She didn't go that time, and then it was amazing. But everything runs through your mind, man. It's like every emotion in the world, and they try to scare you. First time they're going to scare you, like, the guy I went with, he said, I think yesterday I had opened my reserve chute. I'm like, that's cool, man. I already got my mind set. I'm doing it. Whatever. I'm not really listening to the guy. I'm trying to get my mind right, you know? And, I said, oh, that's cool, man. I said, whatever. I said, we're going to land, period. You know, there's no doubt about it. I said, well, let me back up. I know we're going to land. I said, but we're going to land and walk away. He said, yeah, that's right. He said, I got to kind of feel people out because, you know, if I do something stupid, it's his life too. So they kind of feel you out, but they're always going to mess with you, you know?
Yeah.
So we get up there and he's like, all right. So on that plane, it was a 2-seater and he just kind of scoot towards the door. He's behind you. And then he kind of makes circles, head up there, and he's kind of strapping you in, doing all his stuff. And then everything's good. Then the door opens. It's real loud. So you go from smiling to like, oh man, the door's open and people are starting to disappear, and you're getting closer to the door. So he says, "I well beforehand." He says, "Put your feet, you know, in the doorway and just look out." Well, you're almost like 3 miles up, and you're looking out at these big ships, and they look like little tiny Tonka trucks. You're like, man, I don't know if I'm a poop myself or I'm gonna pee on myself or throw up. I don't know what's gonna happen. And then all of a sudden you just lean out. You might do a couple rolls, and then you get your stuff together. He'll tap you on the shoulder, and then you can put your arms out. And then after that, you're like, well, I don't care if this thing opens or not. This is so beautiful because you're doing about 125, and you're not really. It don't look like you're going anywhere because there's no telephone poles. There's no white lines. You're just out in the open flying like a bird. And it's one of the best feelings in the world. And then the chute opens and it's real quiet. I mean, it's like quieter now than we're talking. And that's it, man. You might want to land on your butt, or if there's wind, you could land on your feet. But you know, that's the things I like doing now that I'm sober.
Yeah. I did that. I went to Clewiston, Florida, and did the airplane, jumped out of an airplane, and I was excited. I've always wanted to do it, you know. And there was people getting nervous at the door. When we got to the door, buddy, I'm going. Are we good? They said, "Yep, we're good." I said, all right.
You went to Titusville, you said?
Clewiston?
Titusville?
Clewiston.
Oh, I don't know. Titusville goes up 18,000 feet.
Yeah, I don't know how far this one went up. It was a smaller plane. The doors was open the whole time. Yeah.
I took my wife, my sister, and her husband. We went down to Key West, and we went. And I tried scaring them. Me and my wife's husband already went, but my wife and sister hasn't gone yet. So we're, you know, I'm like, yeah, I got you guys tickets, man. We're gonna go. They're like, oh no. I'm like, yeah, you're going. Well, I figured they'd hate it, you know, they'd be scared. But my sister was like, oh, I'm going first because it was just a 2-seater. Well, there's 4 people plus the pilot. It was a real small Cessna. So my sister's like, well, I'm going first. I don't want to back out. I'm going. I'm like, oh, all right. So there was just 10,000 feet, but I'm like, all right, well, you guys got to get your own camera and or your own video. So they got their own video, and I figured they'd be scared to death, but they loved it. They absolutely loved it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was pretty sure I was hooked at that point. In fact, I was this same summer, I was going to go back and take the 14-day class.
Yeah.
Or it's a 7-day class, and you get 40 something jumps. It's ridiculous, the amount of jumps, but you actually go stay on their place. You eat, drink, and sleep. Parachutes.
Right.
My nephew, he's down there, and he got to where they were doing formations and stuff. He's been that much, and they've got quite a crew. I don't know if he's doing it anymore or not. I haven't talked to him in a while, but it's a lot of fun.
It's definitely an experience.
Yeah. Yeah, I recommended it for everybody once.
Yeah, people ask me all the time. I put this on Facebook. I said, look, if you got to do something you're scared of.
Right.
People be like, oh, I wish I could do that. I wish I could go skydiving. I wish I could go scuba diving. I said, well, go somewhere. I'll pay for it. And but it's got to be your first time, and you got to be scared of it. no one's ever taken me up on. They just run
Oh,
their mouth.
wow.
And they never, this has been going on about 4 or 5 years now, and no one's ever taken me up on. So anybody can do it. Just got to go do it. But that's what, you know, I was always scared of, and I didn't do a lot of things when I was drinking. So I had to make a lot of things up. So I had a bucket list. I still have a bucket list, but I got most of them checked off. So that keeps you kind of, it kept me focused on, look, I want to go do this. I want to travel. I want to go here. We went to Thailand for like 17 days. Been to a few of the islands, Caribbean islands. We've been to stuff like that. So I wanted to, it keeps me focused on working and focus on seeing, because once you start traveling, for me, I want to travel everywhere. The people are just cool. Wherever you go, they're not like you go to Mexico. I've been to Mexico, but it was on a ship. But when I went to Thailand, people are really nice. Everywhere is really nice, and they want to know about you, and you want to know about them.
Right.
It's just cool.
Yeah.
So that helped me kind of stay sober and start crossing off those bucket list things.
Right.
Because I don't want to be on my deathbed going, you know what? I should have done all that stuff when I was younger. Because you're probably not going to go skydiving when you're 70, 75. People do it, but for the most part, they're not going to do it. You're not going to travel the world when you're 75. You're not going to go scuba diving when you're 75. You're not going to, drive across the country when you're 75. Chances are you're not going to do it. So why would you work your whole life up to your 67 or 65, whatever, and then you take the crappy last 20 years of your life, and that's when you're supposed to go have fun? No, you should stop working when you're 18 to 65, live life, and then give them the last crappy 20 years. That's what you should do. You know, don't give them the best part of your life.
Right.
You know?
Now that's fair enough. Yeah.
But I know it's hard. You need money to do all that.
Yeah. We'll just win the lottery and call it over.
Right?
But you got to buy tickets. I don't buy tickets.
Yeah, you're not going to win if you don't buy no tickets. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Man, I got to get out of here. I got a bunch of stuff I got to get done before.
Yeah, I'm going to get off here too, buddy. I appreciate you calling in, man. If you ever want, you got my number. If you ever want to talk,
Yeah.
I can give you advice, like I said, but the best thing is get advice from a lot of people. Then you can kind of do what you want to do with it. I'll give you the best advice I can come up with. I just pray everything. I think remote's going to take us out in a prayer. So if you could pray for all the people suffering. They're not alone. We're here. There's always somebody, more than likely, you wouldn't even know that they were sober, but you just got to talk to them and find out what's going on. But
Our
I appreciate
Australian
you guys
friends
calling
and
in.
Kathy Grant. Yep.
Yeah. What's going on with her? Just generic.
Oh, they're going total commie down there, man.
Yeah. I think it's coming everywhere. It's just that Australia and England are going to go first, I think. But it's coming here. You can see it. School's getting ready to start up.
They're fighting.
They want kindergartens to wear diapers. Kindergarten to 6th grade to wear diapers. No, that's not going to happen.
They're coming for all the Caucasian Christian people, dude, around the world.
Well, they can come for me. That's no problem.
Yep, bring it.
They ain't coming for my kids or someone else's kids. You're going to start. You got to go through me first.
Yep. Yeah, I've lived my life and don't think I'm afraid to fight back.
No. You're not doing it. You're not being a bully to our kids. That stops today.
No, my grandkids and my kids, they deserve better than what we're getting right now, and I'm personally pissed about it.
Yeah.
Sorry about the nasty language.
We will stand against this tyranny, brothers and sisters.
Yes, sir.
Yep. All right, Mo. You wanna take us out in prayer?
You bet.
Thank you.
Heavenly Father God, thank you for this lovely, supportive family we have that try and keep each other uplifted and in your word, Lord, and to keep each other sober and ready for anything that is thrown at us, Lord. You told us that in the end it would be like this, and you warned us to stay sober and ready and girded up in the armor of God. We ask you, Lord, to bless everyone that is struggling with substance issues, ease their temptation, push the devil away, keep that temptation as far away from them as possible, encircle them with a fence of your power, Lord, that they might have every opportunity to get well and stay well. And most importantly, Lord, we know that people use substance because they're in pain, they're in grief, they've had trauma. Please lift the grief, pain, and trauma from them so that they will have every opportunity to stay sober and healthy and living in the Holy Spirit, Lord. We ask you to look after our friends in the Commonwealth, like in Australia and New Zealand, our friends like Kathy Grant and Mark B, who are dealing with absolutely insane satanic communism coming for them. We ask you, Lord, to disperse that filth, throw it back into the abyss from whence it came. Lord, thank you for this family and your blessings. And we pray this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
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 Thank you, Remote. Great
Thank
as
you,
always.
fellas. Y'all have a good day.
I love you, gents. Love you all.
Love you too.
Love you too, sir.
All right, I'm gonna wrap it up. I will see you guys on Liberty at 8 o'clock. We'll continue this party there. But remember, take your mask off, shut the news off, love your neighbor, help each other out. You guys, you're not alone.